In your moment of despair you matter. Finding hope and taking the first step. Disclaimer: the information provided in this book is intended for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The author and publisher make no representations or warranties regarding the accuracy, completeness, or applicability of the information presented. Every individual's mental health journey is unique, and the advice and strategies outlined in this book are meant to offer general guidance and support. If you or someone you know is experiencing suicidal thoughts, severe depression, or emotional distress, it is essential to seek immediate professional help. This book is not intended to replace the guidance of licensed mental health professionals, and it is not a substitute for counseling, therapy, or psychiatric care. Please reach out to a licensed therapist, counselor, or medical professional for personalized advice and assistance. In the event of an emergency or crisis, please contact a suicide prevention hotline, reach out to a trusted person, or go to the nearest emergency room. Crisis hotlines and text services are available for immediate support, and many services offer free, confidential assistance. The contact information for such resources is provided in the bonus section of this book. The author and publisher encourage readers to prioritize their mental health and well-being. While the strategies and techniques presented in this book may be helpful for some, they may not work for everyone. If you feel that the methods in this book are not effective for you, it is important to continue seeking professional guidance and explore other options. Everyone's journey to healing is different, and there is no shame in reaching out for help. Furthermore, some of the stories and examples shared in this book may reflect the experiences of individuals who have faced challenges related to mental health. These are shared with the intent to offer hope and inspiration, but please remember that healing takes time and can involve setbacks. There is no quick fix for emotional pain, and your journey may require different methods, approaches, or treatment options that are better suited to your personal situation. By reading this book, you acknowledge that the author and publisher are not liable for any decisions or actions taken based on the content provided. The responsibility for seeking professional help, determining the appropriate course of treatment, and making decisions related to mental health and well-being rests with the individual reader. If you are in need of immediate assistance, please contact a local mental health professional, reach out to a crisis helpline, or seek medical attention as needed. You are not alone, and help is available. Always prioritize your safety and well-being. Crisis hotlines and mental health resources are available in the bonus section of this book. This book contains general information that may not be applicable to all individuals. It is essential to assess your specific needs and consult with a professional to determine the best course of action for your mental health. Why I wrote this book? The reason I wrote this book is simple: if it helps save just one life, then I know I've done my job. We often hear that the smallest act of kindness or a single word can change everything for someone in need, and I truly believe this. The message in this book is not just a collection of words, it's a lifeline, one that I hope will reach anyone struggling with thoughts of hopelessness and despair. If even one person reads it and decides to stay, decides to reach out for help, or begins to believe in the possibility of a better tomorrow, then I know it has served its purpose. I understand that the pain, the isolation, and the darkness that often accompany suicidal thoughts can feel suffocating. It's easy to feel alone, like no one else understands or could possibly care. But I want you to know you are not alone. And more importantly, there is always hope. even when it feels impossible to see. I wrote this book to be a reminder of that hope, to provide practical steps, real stories, and tools that can help guide anyone through their darkest moments. But I also recognize that many people who need help may not have access to resources or be able to afford books or therapy. That's why I've made the commitment to offer this book, absolutely free, as an audiobook on my website. I want to make sure that everyone, no matter where they are or what their circumstances might be, can access the message of hope and healing that this book contains. No one should have to feel like they're fighting this battle alone, and I want this book to be there for those who need it most whenever they need it. The truth is, mental health struggles can affect anyone, regardless of their age, background, or situation. And while the journey to healing might not always be easy or linear, the first step is always the hardest. This book is here to help you take that step. It's not just about offering solutions, it's about creating a space where you can feel heard, understood, and supported as you navigate the complexities of your own emotions and experiences. Every chapter is designed to offer practical guidance, relatable stories, and most importantly, the reminder that there is always a way forward. You might not see it right now, but it exists. I wrote this book because I want to be part of that light no matter how faint it might seem at the moment. And finally, I want to say this, I wrote this book because I care. Your life matters. You matter. Your story isn't finished yet, and there is so much beauty, love, and hope still to be found in it. This book is my way of reaching out to you, telling you that you're not alone, and offering tools to help you on your journey to healing. So, whenever you feel the need to listen, whenever you need to be reminded that there is hope, the audiobook of this book will always be available for free on my website. It's my gift to you, and I hope it can offer you the support and encouragement you need. If it saves one life, I'll consider it the greatest success. You are worthy of help. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of hope. And you are not alone. About the author, Nikki Rich is a passionate writer and health advocate who draws from her personal experiences and deep understanding of emotional challenges to help others navigate through difficult times. Nikki only writes when she is inspired, never just to produce content, ensuring that each word is meaningful and impactful. Her philosophy centers on balance in health, emotions, and life. She believes that everyone has the ability to overcome their struggles, and her books are a source of hope and inspiration for those who may feel lost or overwhelmed. Through her work, Nikki offers practical strategies and real-world advice to help others heal, grow, and move forward with strength and confidence. Chapter 1: You are not alone. Understanding suicidal thoughts and why they happen. Suicidal thoughts often arise from a deep sense of emotional pain. They can be triggered by various factors such as overwhelming sadness, grief, or feeling trapped in situations you can't change. These thoughts might also surface due to depression or anxiety, which distort your thinking and make it difficult to see beyond the present moment. Sometimes, traumatic experiences, feelings of rejection, or the weight of expectations can make life feel unbearable. In these times, it might feel like there is no way out, and that ending your life is the only option. But it's essential to understand that these feelings are temporary, even though they feel all-consuming. They are not a reflection of your worth or your future. You are not defined by these thoughts, and with support and time, it's possible to heal and find hope again. Breaking the myth of being the only one who feels this way. A common feeling when struggling with suicidal thoughts is the belief that you are the only one experiencing this pain. It can feel as though no one understands, and that no one else is dealing with the same overwhelming emotions. But the truth is, millions of people around the world have faced similar thoughts and feelings, and many have come through to the other side. Feeling isolated in your pain is normal, but it's important to remember that you are not alone. Many people have walked this difficult path and have found support, strength, and healing. You do not have to face these feelings in silence, and reaching out for help is the first step toward recovery. There is strength in knowing that others have walked through the same darkness and have found light again. People from all walks of life have experienced suicidal thoughts and feelings of hopelessness, but through support and their own resilience, they made it through. These stories are not just about surviving, they are about transformation. They show that no matter how deep the pain, it is possible to heal. Many found hope through therapy, support from loved ones, or connecting with others who understood their struggle. Others turned to creative outlets, physical activity, or mindfulness practices to begin rebuilding their mental health. It's important to hear these stories because they show that there is a way forward. No one's journey is the same, but healing is possible. You are not alone, and there is always hope, even if it doesn't seem like it now. Chapter 2: The Storm Inside. Understanding your emotions. Identifying feelings of despair, hopelessness, and loneliness. When you're grappling with suicidal thoughts, it's easy to get lost in overwhelming emotions. Despair, hopelessness, and loneliness can make the world seem like a place where light no longer exists. These emotions can convince you that nothing will ever get better and that there's no way out. Despair can cause you to feel as if you're drowning in darkness, and hopelessness takes away your belief that anything will change. Loneliness, in this space, feels like a deep isolation, like you're walking through life without anyone who truly understands or cares. The reality is that these feelings are not permanent. Although they can feel like a heavy, suffocating weight, they are temporary, and with time and support, they can be overcome. One of the first steps to healing is acknowledging these emotions. By naming what you're experiencing, you create space to process and work through them. It's okay to feel these things, but it's also important to understand that these feelings don't define you. They are part of the storm, but storms always pass. There is hope beyond this moment, even if it feels impossible to imagine. How depression and anxiety distort your thoughts. When depression and anxiety are at the forefront of your mind, they often distort your thinking. Depression may make everything seem gray and without purpose, and anxiety might amplify worries about the future, creating a constant feeling of dread. These mental health challenges can twist your perception, telling you that you're unworthy, that there is no one who cares, or that things will never get better. You might believe that your pain is unchangeable or that no one will ever truly understand. But in truth, depression and anxiety create a haze around your thoughts, preventing you from seeing the world clearly. What's important to realize is that these thoughts aren't truths, they are symptoms of the mental illness that is clouding your mind. They might feel real, but they don't reflect your true self. Anxiety often focuses on imagined futures that are unlikely to happen, while depression can make you forget all the positive things in your life, focusing solely on the negative. A key part of recovery is learning to challenge these distorted thoughts. When you hear yourself saying "I'm worthless," or "no one cares about me," take a moment to ask yourself, is that true? Your worth is not determined by your thoughts during dark moments. With time, therapy, or support, you can begin to separate the reality of your emotions from the distorted thinking patterns caused by depression and anxiety. The difference between temporary pain and permanent solutions: when the emotional pain feels too much to bear, it can seem like there's no way out. Suicidal thoughts often arise when you feel trapped in a seemingly unchangeable situation, desperate for relief. But it's important to remember that your pain, however overwhelming, is temporary. The dark emotions you're experiencing at this moment are not permanent. While it might seem like the only way to escape the pain is through permanent solutions, the truth is that suicide does not end the pain, it only closes the door to healing, growth, and transformation. The pain you are feeling now, as consuming and intense as it is, will not last forever. There are always other ways to cope, and there are always other paths that can lead you to healing. The key is to hold on through this storm, to reach out for help, and to take small steps toward recovery. Remember, life is a journey with many chapters, and the current chapter you're in doesn't define the whole story. You can find healing and joy again, but it takes time. With patience, support, and a willingness to reach out, you can begin to move through the pain and discover a brighter future. What happens when you don't address your emotions? Ignoring or suppressing your emotions can prolong your suffering and make everything feel worse. When you keep everything inside, it's like you're holding a bottle of shaken soda. Eventually, it's going to explode. Avoiding your emotions might seem like a way to cope, but in the long run, it only leads to more pain and distress. When you bottle up feelings of despair, anxiety, or sadness, it doesn't make them go away. Instead, these emotions can manifest in unhealthy ways, such as increased stress, physical ailments, or worsening mental health. It's important to acknowledge how you feel and to understand that it's okay to experience these emotions. They don't make you weak or flawed. They make you human. Learning to address your emotions can take time, but it's a vital part of recovery. Speaking to someone you trust, journaling, or seeking professional help are all ways to start processing your feelings. When you face your emotions head-on, you take away their power to control you. You give yourself the chance to heal, one step at a time. How to start managing your emotions? While emotions can feel overwhelming, there are steps you can take to start managing them. One effective method is grounding techniques, simple practices that help bring you back to the present moment. When you're feeling engulfed by your emotions, try to pause and focus on your surroundings. Breathe deeply, count the number of things you can see, hear, or touch, and give yourself a moment to focus on reality. This can help break the cycle of negative emotions and create space for calmer, more rational thinking. Another way to manage overwhelming emotions is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment without judgment. When you experience a negative emotion, mindfulness teaches you to observe it without reacting or getting caught up in it. It allows you to recognize that emotions are just temporary experiences, they don't define you. Through consistent mindfulness practice, you can learn to sit with your emotions, without letting them consume you. In addition to grounding and mindfulness, consider integrating self-care into your routine. Taking care of your physical and emotional health can help to reduce stress and improve your mood. This might involve exercise, getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, or simply allowing yourself time to rest and relax. When you're feeling emotionally drained, taking time for yourself is not selfish, it's necessary for healing. How seeking help can improve your emotional health. It's important to remember that you don't have to navigate these emotions alone. Seeking professional help is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward healing. A therapist or counselor can help you understand the root causes of your emotions and provide you with tools to cope more effectively. Therapy isn't just for people with serious issues, it's a valuable resource for anyone who feels overwhelmed by their emotions or thoughts. If therapy feels like too big of a step, start with talking to someone you trust. Whether it's a friend, family member, or mentor, opening up to someone about your feelings can lighten the emotional load and help you feel heard and understood. You don't have to have all the answers or know exactly what to say. Just sharing how you feel is often the first step toward relief. Chapter 3: Reaching Out. Why you shouldn't face this alone. How and why to tell someone you trust when you're struggling with suicidal thoughts. The weight of carrying it all alone can be overwhelming. It might feel like there's no one who can truly understand what you're going through, or that reaching out will burden someone else. But the truth is, you don't have to carry this pain by yourself. It's essential to reach out to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, mentor, or professional. Talking about what you're experiencing can relieve the mental and emotional pressure you've been carrying in silence. Opening up might feel scary, but sharing what's going on inside is often the first step toward healing. When you reach out, you give others the opportunity to support you. They can listen, provide perspective, or help you find resources. It's also important to remember that the people who love you want to help. They may not have all the answers, but they are willing to walk with you through this difficult time. Sharing your struggles doesn't make you weak, it makes you brave. It's a powerful step toward taking control of your mental health and starting your healing journey. Finding the right person, friends, family, mentors, or professionals. It can sometimes be challenging to know whom to reach out to, especially if you've been isolating yourself. You may feel like no one will understand or that others will judge you. However, there are people out there who are trained to help, and there are loved ones who care about you deeply. Identifying the right person is about finding someone who will listen without judgment, offer support, and respect your feelings. Friends and family. If you have a trusted friend or family member who has been there for you in the past, this can be a good place to start. They might not have all the answers, but simply knowing that someone cares can make a huge difference. If you don't feel like your family or friends will understand, consider reaching out to someone outside your immediate circle, such as a teacher or coach who knows you well. Mentors or trusted adults. Sometimes, turning to someone older or more experienced can provide valuable insight. A mentor, teacher, or community leader can offer wisdom and guide you through your challenges. They may also have connections to mental health resources that can provide additional support. Mental health professionals. If you feel like your struggles are too much to handle on your own, seeking professional help is one of the best things you can do for your mental health. Therapists, counselors, and psychiatrists are trained to help people work through emotional pain and mental health challenges. Therapy can provide you with coping mechanisms, self-reflection, and a non-judgmental space to explore your feelings. Mental health professionals also have access to resources and treatment options that can help guide you through the healing process. It's okay if you don't know where to start. Just take that first step toward reaching out to someone who can help. If you feel uncertain, Try starting with a simple message or call: "I've been struggling, and I don't know how to handle it on my own. Can we talk?" You don't have to have all the answers right away, you just have to take the first step. What to do if you feel like no one understands? There may be times when you feel like no one truly understands what you're going through. It might seem like the people around you are disconnected from your pain, or that they can't possibly comprehend the depth of your struggles. In these moments, it's important to remember that understanding comes in many forms. While others may not have experienced the exact same feelings, many people have gone through their own challenges and can empathize with the pain of struggling. Even if someone doesn't understand your specific experience, they can still offer compassion and support. If you feel that your loved ones don't understand, consider reaching out to a professional. Therapists and counselors are trained to listen without judgment and to offer guidance without imposing their own experiences on you. Sometimes, simply having someone who is open and non-judgmental can make all the difference. There are also support groups both in person and online where you can connect with others who understand what you're going through. Sometimes the most healing connection comes from people who have walked a similar path. You may feel like you're the only one, but you are not. And if you don't feel understood by those around you, there is always a community of people who care and can offer insight. The key is finding the right space where you can feel heard, validated, and supported. Reaching out to crisis resources if you feel like your emotions are too much to handle on your own or you're in immediate danger, there are crisis resources available to you. Crisis hotlines, text services, and chat support are confidential ways to talk to someone when you feel like you can't speak to anyone else. These services are designed to help you through moments of crisis and to connect you with the appropriate support. Crisis hotlines: if you're in a life-threatening situation or feel like you're in immediate danger, calling a suicide prevention hotline is an important first step. The people on the other end of the line are trained to listen to your struggles, provide support, and help you stay safe. They can also direct you to local resources that can offer more long-term help. Text and chat services: if talking feels too difficult, many crisis lines offer text or chat services. These allow you to reach out in a way that feels less intimidating, but still provides the support you need. Texting a crisis line can be a less overwhelming way to begin the conversation if you're struggling with finding the words to speak aloud. Local support centers and shelters: if you are in immediate distress, there may also be local shelters or mental health crisis centers that can offer support. They are equipped to provide emergency care, including temporary housing or emergency counseling. The goal is to keep you safe and connect you with the resources that will help you heal. If you are ever in doubt, remember that reaching out is a sign of strength, not weakness. Whether you call a hotline, text a friend, or make an appointment with a therapist, the important thing is that you are taking that step to make sure you don't have to face these feelings alone. Why reaching out is the first step toward healing. Reaching out is often the hardest thing to do, especially when you feel isolated or like no one cares. But it is also one of the most powerful steps you can take toward healing. By opening up to someone else, you give yourself permission to be vulnerable and to lean on others for support. Vulnerability can be scary, but it is also where growth happens. When you reach out, you remind yourself that you are worthy of support, that you deserve to be heard, and that you are not alone. The act of reaching out can break the silence of isolation and help you begin to see a way forward. No matter how small or simple the step, reaching out is the first move toward healing, and it is a move that can change the course of your life. You are not alone in your journey, and help is always available to guide you through the storm. Chapter 4: Building a Support System. The power of community. The importance of connection. When we're struggling with feelings of despair, it's easy to believe that isolating ourselves is the best way to cope. We might think that no one will understand, or that reaching out will be a burden. However, one of the most powerful tools for healing is connection. Whether it's with a friend, a family member, a mentor, or a support group, building a network of support is essential to overcoming difficult times. Connecting with others can help alleviate the feelings of isolation and loneliness that often accompany suicidal thoughts. When we open ourselves up to others, we create a space for empathy, understanding, and encouragement. Relationships are a source of strength, and they can help us feel seen, heard, and valued. It's important to remember that healing isn't a solitary journey. There are people who want to walk alongside you, offering support when you need it most. Finding the right people for your support system. Not everyone will be the right fit for your support system, and that's okay. You want to surround yourself with people who uplift you, who listen without judgment, and who respect your boundaries. Here's how you can identify the right people to include in your support system. Close friends and family. These are the people who know you well and who can offer emotional support when you need it. They may not have all the answers, but their love and care can provide comfort. Be selective about who you reach out to, ensuring you turn to people who will listen without criticism and who will offer understanding. Therapists and counselors. Professional support is often essential in times of crisis. Therapists and counselors are trained to help people work through difficult emotions and mental health challenges. They can offer coping strategies, help you understand your feelings, and provide guidance during challenging times. Therapy is a safe, non-judgmental space where you can explore your emotions freely. Support groups. Support groups can be incredibly helpful because they connect you with people who have been through similar struggles. These groups offer a safe space to share your feelings, listen to others' experiences, and learn from one another. Whether in person or online, support groups can provide a sense of belonging and solidarity. Knowing that you're not alone in your struggles can be a powerful motivator for healing. Community resources. If you're unsure where to turn for help, community organizations can be a great place to start. Many communities have mental health programs, hotlines, and organizations that provide support and guidance. These resources are often available for free or at a low cost and can help connect you to other people and services that can support your journey to recovery. Creating boundaries with your support system. While it's important to have a support system, it's equally important to maintain healthy boundaries. Boundaries help protect your emotional well-being and ensure that your relationships are balanced and respectful. When you reach out to others, you may feel vulnerable or unsure of how much to share. It's essential to communicate your needs clearly, and to express what type of support you're seeking. Not everyone will have the tools to help you in the way you need, and that's okay. For example, you might need someone to simply listen without offering advice, or you may want a person to help you find professional resources. It's okay to ask for exactly what you need, and it's also okay to set limits on what you are willing to discuss. Being clear about your boundaries will help you feel more in control and protect your mental and emotional health. It's also important to be mindful of your own needs. If you feel overwhelmed by a conversation or need some time to recharge, it's okay to let others know. You don't have to take on more than you can handle, and it's important to prioritize your well-being in these moments. The role of empathy and understanding. One of the greatest gifts you can receive from your support system is empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. When someone listens with empathy, they are not trying to fix the situation or minimize your feelings. They are simply offering a safe space for you to be heard. This type of support can be incredibly healing, especially when you feel like no one truly understands what you are going through. Empathy can also be a tool for self-compassion. When others show empathy, it can help you cultivate a sense of self-love and acceptance. Knowing that others are willing to walk alongside you in your struggles can inspire you to be kinder and more gentle with yourself. Nurturing your support system. Just as it's important to reach out when you need support, it's also important to nurture the relationships in your support system. Healing is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process that requires effort, patience, and understanding from everyone involved. If you have someone in your support system who has been there for you during difficult times, take the time to express gratitude for their support. Remember that healing is a reciprocal process. While you may need help now, there may come a time when you can offer support to someone else. Building a strong, supportive network is not just about getting help, it's also about being there for others when they need it. This sense of mutual care and compassion can deepen your connections and help create a stronger sense of community. When your support system needs to change as you work through your struggles, you may realize that some relationships no longer serve you in the way you need. It's natural for people to grow and change, and sometimes that means reevaluating the role others play in your life. If someone in your support system is toxic, unsupportive, or draining, it may be time to distance yourself from them for your own well-being. This can be a difficult decision, especially if the person has been a part of your life for a long time. But remember that your mental health is the priority. If someone is not contributing positively to your recovery or well-being, it's okay to step back. Surround yourself with people who are nurturing, understanding, and able to offer the support you need. Finding strength in community. No matter where you are in your healing journey, remember that you don't have to face it alone. Building a strong support system is one of the most important things you can do for your mental health. The people you choose to surround yourself with, whether friends, family, professionals, or community members, can help you navigate the challenges ahead. Their empathy, support, and understanding can provide the strength you need to keep going. When you feel weak, they will help you find strength. When you feel lost, they will help guide you back. And when you feel hopeless, they will help you find hope. Together, we can overcome even the most difficult times. Chapter 5: The Power of Thoughts. Fighting the lies in your mind. Understanding negative self-talk. Our minds are incredibly powerful. Unfortunately, they aren't always kind. When you're struggling with thoughts of hopelessness or despair, it can feel like your mind is your greatest enemy. Negative self-talk, or the inner voice that constantly criticizes and undermines you, can make everything feel even harder. This inner dialogue may tell you that you're worthless, that things will never get better, or that there's no point in trying anymore. These thoughts may feel real, but it's important to recognize that they are not facts. They are distorted beliefs, shaped by negative experiences, depression, or anxiety. The first step in addressing these harmful thoughts is becoming aware of them. Often, we don't even realize how much we're listening to this critical inner voice. Negative self-talk can be subtle, slipping into your mind without warning. But once you begin to recognize it, you have the power to challenge it and replace it with healthier, more accurate ways of thinking. Challenging negative thoughts. When you hear that negative voice in your head, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, is this thought true? More often than not, the answer will be no. These thoughts are distorted perceptions, influenced by depression, anxiety, past traumas, or current struggles. Once you've identified these thoughts as lies, you can begin to challenge them. Here are some strategies to combat negative self-talk. Reframe the thought. Instead of thinking, "I'm worthless," reframe the thought to, "I am struggling right now, but that does not define my worth." Remind yourself that everyone has moments of weakness and that these do not reflect who you truly are. Use evidence. Look for evidence that contradicts the negative thought. Have you done something in your life that proves your worth, even if it's small? Remind yourself of the times when you were successful, kind, or helpful. Ask for a reality check. Sometimes, talking to someone you trust can help you see the situation more clearly. Ask a friend, family member, or therapist if the thoughts you're having are realistic. Often, they can provide a more balanced perspective. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would show to a friend who is struggling. Instead of berating yourself for feeling down, offer yourself words of comfort and support. "It's okay to feel this way, and I will get through this." Replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations. One of the most effective ways to combat negative self-talk is through positive affirmations. These are statements you repeat to yourself that help rewire your brain and shift your mindset. While they may feel awkward or forced at first, with time, affirmations can become powerful tools for healing. Here are a few examples of affirmations that may help. I am worthy of love and happiness. This pain is temporary, and I am strong enough to get through it. I have the power to change my thoughts and my life. I am enough, just as I am. I am capable of overcoming this challenge. Repeat these affirmations daily, especially during moments of doubt or distress. Over time, they will begin to replace the negative thought patterns that have taken root in your mind. The importance of self-worth. A key part of overcoming negative thinking is recognizing your inherent worth. It's easy to forget how valuable you are when you're feeling depressed or overwhelmed. But no matter how much you're struggling, your worth is not defined by your current feelings, mistakes, or challenges. You are deserving of love, kindness, and happiness simply because you exist. Building a healthy sense of self-worth is essential to overcoming suicidal thoughts. This means learning to love and accept yourself, even when you feel unlovable. Acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small, and recognize that you have unique qualities that make you special. Mindfulness. Staying present in the moment. When you're trapped in negative thoughts, it's easy to get caught up in the past or future, imagining worst-case scenarios or regretting past mistakes. But the key to breaking free from this cycle is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of staying present, focused on the here and now, rather than getting lost in thoughts about what has happened or what might happen. By practicing mindfulness, you can create space between yourself and your thoughts. This allows you to observe them without judgment, rather than automatically reacting to them. With mindfulness, you can notice negative thoughts without letting them dictate your emotions or actions. Here are a few mindfulness techniques to try. Focus on your breathing. Take a few minutes to sit quietly and focus on your breath. Breathe in slowly for a count of 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Focus all of your attention on the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. This simple exercise can help calm your mind and bring you back to the present moment. Body scan. Slowly scan your body from head to toe, noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. This practice helps you reconnect with your body and become more aware of how you're feeling physically and emotionally. Mindful walking. Take a short walk, focusing entirely on the experience of walking, feeling the ground beneath your feet, noticing the rhythm of your steps, and observing your surroundings. This can be a grounding exercise that brings you out of your head and into the present. The role of gratitude in changing your mindset. Gratitude is another powerful tool for shifting negative thought patterns. It's easy to focus on what's going wrong in our lives, but shifting our focus to the things we're thankful for can help change our perspective. Gratitude helps us see the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small, and reminds us that there is still beauty in the world. Try starting a gratitude journal, where you write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. They don't have to be big things. Anything from a warm cup of coffee to a kind word from a friend can be a source of gratitude. Over time, practicing gratitude can help reframe your mindset and reduce the power of negative thinking. Moving toward healing. The power of positive change. Healing from suicidal thoughts requires not only addressing the emotions and experiences that led to them but also reshaping the way you think about yourself and your life. Negative self-talk can be a persistent, silent force, but by recognizing and challenging it, you can reclaim your power and create a healthier, more balanced mindset. Remember that your thoughts are not facts. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true. Through self-compassion, positive affirmations, mindfulness, and gratitude, you can start to replace the lies in your mind with empowering truths that help you heal and move forward. Your mind is not your enemy, it's your ally in the journey to healing. By changing the way you think, you begin to change the way you feel and the way you experience life. You have the power to take back control and create a future that is brighter than you ever thought possible. Chapter 6: Building Emotional Resilience. Finding strength in adversity. Understanding emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from life's challenges, to adapt and thrive despite adversity. It's the inner strength that allows us to face difficult emotions, life events, and overwhelming circumstances without giving up. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding pain or hardship. Rather, it's about learning how to move through these experiences and come out stronger on the other side. Life can be unpredictable, and challenges will inevitably come your way. Whether it's dealing with loss, facing health problems, going through a breakup, or struggling with feelings of isolation, emotional resilience helps you manage these situations and find a way forward. The good news is that resilience is not something you are simply born with. It can be developed and strengthened over time. Just like physical muscles, your emotional resilience can be built with practice and intention. The role of emotions in resilience. Many people think of emotional resilience as the ability to suppress or ignore negative emotions. However, true resilience is not about avoiding pain but about allowing yourself to feel your emotions while finding ways to process them in healthy ways. It's important to understand that your emotions are natural responses to the situations around you, and they provide valuable insights into your needs and experiences. Rather than suppressing negative emotions, resilience involves acknowledging them, sitting with them, and then finding ways to move through them. Emotions such as sadness, anger, frustration, or fear may seem overwhelming at first, but they are not permanent states. With resilience, you can feel your emotions fully and then let them go, allowing yourself to heal and move forward. Developing self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional resilience. When you are aware of your emotions and the triggers that cause them, you can begin to take control over how you respond. Self-awareness allows you to pause and reflect before reacting impulsively or letting your emotions take over. To develop self-awareness, start by tuning into your emotions regularly. Check in with yourself throughout the day and ask yourself questions like, how am I feeling right now? What is going on in my life that may be contributing to these feelings? How can I respond in a way that will serve my emotional well-being? Journaling can be a powerful tool for building self-awareness. By writing down your thoughts and feelings, you can gain a deeper understanding of what's going on inside. Over time, this practice helps you develop a clearer sense of your emotional patterns and how to navigate them. Building a support system. One of the key factors in emotional resilience is having a strong support system. Whether it's friends, family, or a therapist, the people you surround yourself with play a crucial role in helping you cope with life's challenges. Having a support system doesn't mean you won't experience pain, but it does mean you don't have to face it alone. When you're struggling, reaching out for support can provide comfort, encouragement, and perspective. Your support system can offer advice, lend a listening ear, or simply remind you that you are not alone in your journey. It's essential to cultivate relationships with people who uplift and encourage you, rather than those who bring negativity or add to your stress. In addition to your personal relationships, seeking professional support, such as a therapist or counselor, can also be a key part of building emotional resilience. Professional guidance can help you develop coping strategies, gain insights into your emotional patterns, and work through past trauma that may be affecting your present. Adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that challenges and setbacks are opportunities for growth, rather than indications of failure. People with a growth mindset believe that they can learn, adapt, and improve over time. This mindset is crucial for emotional resilience because it allows you to see difficulties as temporary obstacles that can be overcome. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, you begin to view them as valuable lessons. A growth mindset helps you understand that life is full of ups and downs, but each experience provides an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The more you practice this mindset, the more resilient you become in the face of adversity. To cultivate a growth mindset, try asking yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this challenge to grow and become stronger? What steps can I take to improve my situation? Practicing self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating yourself with kindness, especially in times of struggle. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you're going through tough times, but self-compassion is essential for building emotional resilience. When you show yourself compassion, you acknowledge that it's okay to feel vulnerable, to make mistakes, and to experience pain. You give yourself permission to be human. To practice self-compassion, try these steps. Be kind to yourself. Instead of criticizing yourself for feeling down or struggling, offer yourself words of comfort. Treat yourself the way you would treat a close friend who is going through a tough time. Acknowledge your pain. Allow yourself to feel the pain without judgment. Recognize that it's okay to feel upset, sad, or frustrated. These emotions are a natural part of the healing process. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness allows you to observe your thoughts and emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. By practicing mindfulness, you can develop a more compassionate, non-judgmental attitude toward yourself. The importance of patience. Resilience is not something that happens overnight. It takes time, effort, and patience. You may not see immediate results, but every step you take toward developing emotional resilience is a step toward healing and growth. Be patient with yourself and trust the process. Remember that setbacks are a part of life. You may not always feel resilient, and you may face moments where it feels like you've taken a step backward. That's okay. What matters is that you continue to move forward, even if it's at a slower pace. Healing takes time, and there is no timeline for how long it should take. Be kind to yourself during this process, and remember that you are doing the best you can. Building healthy habits for resilience. In addition to mental and emotional practices, building healthy habits in your daily life can significantly enhance your emotional resilience. These habits can help you feel more balanced, grounded, and better able to handle stress. Some healthy habits to consider include regular exercise. Physical activity releases endorphins, which can improve your mood and reduce stress. Exercise also helps you build a sense of accomplishment and control, which strengthens emotional resilience. Healthy nutrition. Eating a balanced diet that nourishes your body can have a direct impact on your emotional well-being. Focus on foods that fuel your body and provide the nutrients necessary for optimal brain function. Quality sleep. Sleep is essential for emotional health. Lack of sleep can impair your ability to cope with stress and affect your mood. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night to support emotional resilience. Relaxation techniques. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, and yoga can help you relax and reduce stress. Regularly incorporating these techniques into your life can help you maintain a calm and balanced state of mind. Moving forward with resilience. Emotional resilience is about building the capacity to withstand and overcome life's challenges. It's a skill that can be cultivated with patience, practice, and self-compassion. By developing emotional resilience, you are giving yourself the tools to navigate difficult times, bounce back from adversity, and emerge stronger and more capable than before. While life may never be without its challenges, emotional resilience allows you to face those challenges with strength, grace, and the belief that you can persevere. Keep working on building your resilience, and remember that with each step you take, you are moving closer to a more empowered, balanced, and fulfilling life. Chapter 7: Cultivating Mindfulness and Inner Peace. Understanding mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations without judgment. It's about observing your experiences as they unfold, rather than getting lost in the past or worrying about the future. In a world filled with distractions and constant stimulation, mindfulness offers a way to reconnect with the present moment, allowing for greater peace and clarity. By cultivating mindfulness, you can break free from automatic reactions and habitual thought patterns. Instead of letting your emotions and thoughts control you, mindfulness empowers you to respond thoughtfully, bringing awareness and intention to every aspect of your life. It is a powerful tool for reducing stress, improving mental health, and fostering a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you. The power of the present moment is all we truly have. While the past shapes who we are and the future holds possibilities, it is in the present that life is lived. Mindfulness teaches us to embrace the now, appreciating each moment as it unfolds. When you're mindful, you're not dwelling on past mistakes or anxiously planning the future, you're simply experiencing life as it is, without distraction. Living in the present moment allows you to find peace amidst chaos. It helps you let go of the constant mental chatter that can keep you feeling overwhelmed. By shifting your focus to the here and now, you can experience life with greater joy and contentment. The benefits of mindfulness. Mindfulness offers a wide range of benefits for both mental and physical well-being. Some of the key benefits include stress reduction. Mindfulness helps lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, by encouraging relaxation and calming the mind. It enables you to respond to stressors in a more balanced and grounded way. Improved focus and concentration. Practicing mindfulness enhances your ability to focus on tasks and stay present in the moment, which can lead to increased productivity and efficiency. Emotional regulation. By becoming aware of your emotions as they arise, you can prevent them from overwhelming you. Mindfulness gives you the space to pause, reflect, and choose how to respond to your emotions. Better sleep. Mindfulness can help reduce the racing thoughts that often interfere with sleep. By calming the mind and promoting relaxation, mindfulness encourages better rest and rejuvenation. Increased compassion and empathy. Being mindful helps you tune into your own emotions and the emotions of others, fostering greater empathy and understanding in relationships. How to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can be practiced in many different ways, both formally and informally. Here are some effective practices to help you cultivate mindfulness in your life. Mindful breathing. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is through focused breathing. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and take slow, deep breaths. Pay attention to the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This practice can help calm your mind and center your focus. Body scan. A body scan involves bringing your attention to different parts of your body, noticing any sensations, tension, or discomfort. Start at your toes and gradually work your way up to the top of your head, paying attention to how each part of your body feels. This practice helps you become more attuned to your physical state and promotes relaxation. Mindful eating. Eating mindfully means savoring each bite, paying attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. Rather than eating mindlessly while distracted, take the time to truly experience the meal. This practice can help you develop a healthier relationship with food and improve digestion. Mindful walking. Walking can be a meditation in itself. As you walk, focus on the sensations of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, and the environment around you. Walking mindfully helps you connect with your body and the world around you. Mindful listening. Mindful listening involves giving your full attention to the person speaking without interrupting or planning your response. It's about truly hearing and understanding the other person's words and emotions. This practice can improve communication and deepen your relationships. Overcoming challenges in mindfulness practice. While mindfulness is a valuable tool, it's important to acknowledge that it can be challenging at times. In a fast-paced world full of distractions, it can be difficult to stay present. Here are some common challenges and ways to overcome them. Restlessness. It's common to feel restless or fidgety when practicing mindfulness, especially in the beginning. If you find yourself becoming distracted or impatient, try focusing on your breath or a soothing mantra. Remember, mindfulness is not about perfection, it's about gently guiding your attention back to the present. Judgment. One of the key aspects of mindfulness is non-judgment. However, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism when your mind wanders or you feel like you're not doing it right. Be gentle with yourself and remember that mindfulness is a practice, not a performance. Time constraints. Finding time for mindfulness practice can feel like a challenge, especially if you have a busy schedule. Start by setting aside just a few minutes each day for a mindful activity, such as mindful breathing or a body scan. Over time, you can gradually increase the duration as mindfulness becomes a natural part of your routine. Emotional resistance. Sometimes, mindfulness brings up difficult emotions or uncomfortable thoughts. It's important to allow yourself to feel whatever arises without trying to suppress or avoid it. Emotions are temporary, and by sitting with them mindfully, you can begin to process and release them. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life. Mindfulness doesn't have to be limited to formal meditation practices, it can be incorporated into every aspect of your daily life. The key is to be present and aware of whatever you're doing. Whether you're cooking, driving, exercising, or engaging in conversations, mindfulness can help you stay grounded and focused. Here are some simple ways to bring mindfulness into your daily routine. Start your day with intention. Before getting out of bed, take a few moments to set an intention for the day. You could focus on gratitude, compassion, or simply being present throughout the day. Take mindful breaks. Throughout your day, take short breaks to practice mindfulness. This could involve pausing to take a few deep breaths, stretching, or just checking in with how you're feeling. Practice mindful transitions. Transitions between tasks or activities can be an opportunity for mindfulness. For example, before moving from one meeting to the next, take a moment to breathe and reset. Practice gratitude. Gratitude and mindfulness go hand in hand. Take time each day to reflect on what you're grateful for, whether it's your health, your relationships, or the small moments of joy in your life. Mindfulness and inner peace. At the heart of mindfulness is the pursuit of inner peace. When you practice mindfulness, you create space for calmness, clarity, and acceptance. You become less attached to external circumstances and more connected to your inner self. Mindfulness helps you cultivate peace by shifting your focus from the noise of the world to the quiet of your own mind. Inner peace doesn't mean that life will be free of challenges, but it does mean that you have the tools to navigate those challenges with greater calm and resilience. By practicing mindfulness, you can create a sense of balance and harmony within yourself, no matter what's happening around you. Conclusion: living a mindful life. Mindfulness is a transformative practice that can bring peace, clarity, and joy into your life. It is about being fully present, accepting your thoughts and emotions, and finding balance amidst the chaos. By incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine, you can foster greater self-awareness, reduce stress, and create lasting inner peace. The more you practice, the more you will notice how it enhances your life and relationships, helping you to live with greater purpose and intention. Chapter 8: embracing change and growth. The nature of change. Change is an inevitable part of life. It can feel unsettling or even scary, but it is also a vital force that propels us forward, pushing us to evolve into better versions of ourselves. Whether it comes in the form of a new opportunity, a personal challenge, or an unexpected life event, change forces us to adapt and grow. Embracing change is essential for personal development and well-being. Change can take many forms: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The key to embracing it is not to resist, but to welcome it with open arms, knowing that change offers a chance to learn and transform. By viewing change as a positive and necessary part of life, you can approach it with curiosity and an open heart, rather than fear. The fear of change. It's natural to feel afraid when faced with change. Fear often arises because change involves stepping into the unknown. The comfort of the familiar is replaced by the uncertainty of what lies ahead. Whether the change is big or small, it often triggers our need for control and security. However, fear of change can hold us back from reaching our full potential. It can keep us stuck in unhealthy patterns, preventing us from seizing new opportunities. Understanding that fear is a natural reaction and not an obstacle can help us move past it. The key is to feel the fear but take action despite it. Why we resist change. Resistance to change is common and can stem from various sources. Some reasons we resist change include fear of the unknown. Change often means stepping into unfamiliar territory, which can be intimidating. Our brains are wired to seek safety and predictability, making it difficult to embrace uncertainty. Comfort in routine. When we've become accustomed to a particular way of life, even if it's not ideal, it can feel safer to stay where we are. Routine gives us structure and a sense of control. Self-doubt. Change often requires us to step outside of our comfort zones, which can bring up feelings of inadequacy. We may fear that we're not capable of handling the challenges that come with change. Attachment to the past. Sometimes, we resist change because we're holding on to old beliefs, relationships, or situations that no longer serve us. We may fear losing what we know or regret leaving behind the past. Recognizing these underlying causes of resistance is the first step toward overcoming them. By identifying our fears and limiting beliefs, we can take steps to let go and move forward. The benefits of embracing change. While change can be challenging, it offers numerous benefits that can help us grow and thrive. Some of the key benefits of embracing change include personal growth. Change pushes us to develop new skills, expand our horizons, and discover parts of ourselves we didn't know existed. Through the process of adaptation, we learn more about who we are and what we're capable of. Increased resilience. By navigating change, we become more resilient and better equipped to handle future challenges. Each time we face a change, we build our emotional strength and adaptability. New opportunities. Change often opens the door to new possibilities and experiences. Whether it's a new job, a move to a different place, or a new relationship, change can lead us to exciting and fulfilling opportunities. Improved well-being. Embracing change can help reduce stress and anxiety. When we learn to adapt to new circumstances, we become more flexible and open to life's unpredictability. This shift in perspective can lead to greater peace and happiness. Reinvention. Change allows us to reinvent ourselves and start fresh. It gives us the opportunity to leave behind old habits or outdated versions of ourselves and embrace a new chapter. How to embrace change. Embracing change is a skill that can be cultivated with practice. Here are some strategies to help you welcome change and make it work for you. Shift your perspective. One of the most powerful ways to embrace change is by changing the way you look at it. Instead of focusing on the challenges or what you stand to lose, focus on what you have to gain. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this change help me grow? By reframing change as an opportunity for growth, you can reduce your fear and resistance. Practice flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and being rigid in your expectations can cause unnecessary stress. Practice flexibility by remaining open to unexpected outcomes. When things don't go as planned, take a step back and assess the situation. How can you adapt and move forward? Developing flexibility helps you flow with life rather than trying to control every aspect of it. Take small steps. Change doesn't have to be overwhelming. Instead of trying to make huge leaps all at once, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Take one action at a time, and celebrate each step of progress. Small changes add up over time, and the cumulative effect can lead to significant transformation. Cultivate self-compassion. Change can be uncomfortable, and it's normal to feel uncertain or vulnerable during the process. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge the emotions that arise. Practice self-compassion by offering yourself encouragement and patience. Remember, change is a process, not a destination, and it's okay to take your time. Let go of attachment. One of the hardest aspects of change is letting go of the old to make room for the new. Attachment to the past can prevent you from moving forward. Whether it's an outdated belief, a toxic relationship, or an old habit, learn to release what no longer serves you. Letting go creates space for new possibilities and growth. Seek support. Change can be easier when you have support from others. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Whether it's friends, family, or a support group, having people to lean on can make the transition smoother. Additionally, consider working with a coach or mentor who can provide guidance and perspective during times of change. Overcoming challenges during change. Even with the best intentions, embracing change can be challenging. Here are some common obstacles and ways to overcome them. Doubt and uncertainty. Change often brings feelings of doubt and uncertainty. When you're unsure of the outcome, it's easy to feel stuck. Instead of focusing on the unknown, take things one day at a time. Trust that the process will unfold as it should, and focus on what you can control. Fear of failure. Fear of failure can hold you back from taking the necessary steps toward change. Understand that failure is a natural part of growth. It's not a sign of defeat, but rather an opportunity to learn and improve. Embrace failure as a stepping stone on the path to success. Emotional overwhelm. Change can stir up a range of emotions, from excitement to anxiety. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, take a break and practice mindfulness or deep breathing to calm your mind. Emotions are temporary, and giving yourself space to process them will help you move through them more easily. Impatience. Change takes time, and it's easy to become impatient when you're not seeing immediate results. Be patient with yourself and the process. Trust that your efforts are making a difference, even if the changes aren't visible right away. Building a growth mindset. One of the most powerful tools for embracing change is developing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This mindset helps you view challenges as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than obstacles. To cultivate a growth mindset, focus on the following: embrace challenges. Instead of avoiding challenges, lean into them. Challenges offer the chance to learn and improve. Learn from criticism. Use feedback to grow and refine your skills. Constructive criticism is an opportunity to see things from a different perspective. Celebrate effort, not just results. Recognize the effort you put into your growth, rather than only focusing on the outcome. Progress is a journey, not a destination. Conclusion: moving forward with confidence. Change is a constant companion on the journey of life, and learning to embrace it is key to personal growth and happiness. While it may seem daunting at first, the benefits of embracing change far outweigh the discomfort it may bring. By shifting your perspective, practicing flexibility, and cultivating a growth mindset, you can approach change with confidence and curiosity. Remember, change is not something to fear, but something to embrace as it helps you become the person you're meant to be. Chapter 9: Healing from Within. Understanding the importance of inner healing. Healing is not just about physical recovery, it's about addressing emotional, mental, and spiritual wounds that can deeply impact your well-being. Often, we focus solely on external solutions, but true healing begins within. The way we think, feel, and react to life's challenges shapes our overall health. Inner healing allows us to let go of negative emotions, traumas, and limiting beliefs that no longer serve us, paving the way for a more balanced and fulfilling life. Healing from within starts with self-awareness. When we understand our inner world, we can begin to identify the patterns, triggers, and wounds that have shaped our responses to the outside world. This self-awareness is crucial in beginning the journey toward healing. The role of self-awareness in healing. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth and healing. It allows us to observe our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. By becoming aware of our inner landscape, we gain insight into the root causes of our struggles. For example, we may recognize that certain emotions such as anger or fear are often linked to past trauma or unresolved issues. Once we are aware of these patterns, we can take the necessary steps to address them. Self-awareness helps us to respond consciously, rather than react impulsively. It helps us create space between our emotions and our actions, which is essential for healing. Embracing emotional healing. Our emotional health is deeply intertwined with our physical health. Unprocessed emotions, such as grief, anger, or guilt, can manifest in physical symptoms, such as headaches, digestive issues, or fatigue. In order to heal from within, it's essential to acknowledge and process these emotions. Emotional healing involves allowing ourselves to feel deeply, without judgment or suppression. Many of us have been taught to avoid or suppress painful emotions, but this only prolongs the healing process. When we allow ourselves to experience our emotions fully, we release the grip they have on us and allow ourselves to heal. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for emotional healing. Holding on to anger, resentment, or hurt can keep us stuck in the past, preventing us from moving forward. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, but it means letting go of the emotional burden that comes with holding on to negative feelings. Forgiving others and ourselves releases the power that past wounds have over our present lives. It frees us from the chains of anger, guilt, and regret. Forgiveness is a gift we give to ourselves, and it's essential for emotional and spiritual well-being. Healing from past trauma. Trauma can take many forms, from childhood abuse to loss or betrayal. Regardless of its source, trauma can leave deep scars on our hearts and minds. Healing from trauma requires time, patience, and self-compassion. It's important to remember that healing is not linear. Some days will be easier than others, but every step forward is progress. Therapeutic modalities such as counseling, meditation, and journaling can help process and release trauma. It's also essential to create a safe space within ourselves to feel and heal. Allowing yourself to feel your emotions and acknowledging your pain is an important part of the process. Healing from trauma also involves learning to trust yourself again. When we've been hurt in the past, it can be difficult to trust ourselves and others. Rebuilding trust takes time, but it's essential for moving forward and creating healthier relationships. The role of mindfulness in healing. Mindfulness is a powerful practice that helps us stay present in the moment and avoid getting caught up in negative thought patterns or ruminations. By practicing mindfulness, we become more attuned to our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to respond with clarity and compassion rather than reacting impulsively. Mindfulness also helps us manage stress, which can be a major barrier to healing. Chronic stress can have a negative impact on both our physical and mental health, hindering our ability to heal. By cultivating mindfulness, we can reduce stress, improve our emotional well-being, and accelerate our healing process. The healing power of self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating ourselves with the same kindness, care, and understanding that we would offer a loved one. It involves recognizing that we are human, and that we all make mistakes, face challenges, and experience pain. Self-compassion helps us to soften the harsh inner critic that often prevents us from healing. When we practice self-compassion, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable without judgment. We recognize that healing is a process, and that it's okay to have setbacks along the way. Self-compassion helps us to be patient with ourselves, especially when we feel like we're not progressing fast enough. Healing through mind-body connection. Our bodies and minds are deeply connected. Physical pain, such as chronic illness or injury, can have an emotional component, while emotional distress can manifest physically in the form of tension or illness. Healing from within requires addressing both the body and the mind. Practices such as yoga, acupuncture, or massage can help release tension in the body and promote emotional healing. Regular physical activity, especially mindful movement, helps to release stored emotions and promote overall well-being. Meditation, deep breathing exercises, and other relaxation techniques can also help connect the mind and body, reducing stress and promoting healing. The importance of creating healthy boundaries. Healing from within also involves protecting our energy and creating healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining our emotional and mental well-being. Without healthy boundaries, we risk being overwhelmed by the demands of others, which can prevent us from healing and growing. Creating boundaries means learning to say no when necessary, protecting your time and energy, and setting limits with people or situations that drain you. Healthy boundaries allow you to honor your own needs and create the space you need to heal. Spiritual healing and connection. Spiritual healing is an important aspect of inner healing, regardless of one's religious beliefs. It involves connecting with a higher power, the universe, or your inner self. Spiritual healing helps us find purpose, meaning, and peace, even in difficult times. Spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, or spending time in nature can help foster a deep sense of inner peace. It's important to find practices that resonate with you personally and allow you to feel connected to something greater than yourself. This connection provides a source of strength and comfort during times of struggle. The journey of healing. Healing is a journey, not a destination. It requires time, patience, and dedication to the process. There will be ups and downs, and sometimes the road may feel long. But every step you take toward healing is a victory. As you continue to work on healing from within, remember to be gentle with yourself. Progress may be slow, but every small change contributes to a greater transformation. It's also important to recognize that healing doesn't mean you will never experience pain or struggle again. Healing is about learning how to cope with life's challenges in a healthy way, without letting them define you. It's about becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient as you move through life. Conclusion. Healing from within is a deeply transformative process. It involves addressing emotional wounds, letting go of the past, and embracing new ways of thinking and being. By practicing self-awareness, emotional healing, forgiveness, and mindfulness, we can create a life of balance and peace. Healing is not about perfection, it's about progress. As you continue on your journey of healing, remember that you are worthy of love, peace, and happiness now and always. Chapter 10: Building Resilience. What is resilience? Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, trauma, or difficult situations. It's not about avoiding challenges but learning how to navigate them with strength and grace. Life often presents obstacles, and resilience allows us to face these challenges without being completely broken by them. It's about learning to stand tall despite the difficulties we face, adapting, and growing through adversity. Resilience is a skill that can be developed over time. It's not something that some people are simply born with, it's cultivated through experiences and choices. By developing resilience, we not only recover from hardships but also thrive in the face of future challenges. The role of mindset in resilience. Mindset is at the heart of resilience. Our thoughts and beliefs have a powerful influence on how we handle life's difficulties. A growth mindset, the belief that we can learn and grow from challenges, plays a crucial role in building resilience. When we face setbacks, those with a growth mindset see them as opportunities for growth rather than as failures. On the other hand, a fixed mindset where we believe our abilities and circumstances are unchangeable can hinder resilience. People with a fixed mindset are more likely to give up when faced with adversity, feeling as though they have no control over their situation. By shifting to a growth mindset, we open ourselves up to learning and adapting, which is essential for building resilience. The power of perspective. The way we perceive challenges greatly impacts our resilience. Two people can face the same difficult situation, but their responses may differ based on their perspective. One person may see it as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other may see it as a temporary setback that can be overcome. The ability to reframe our experiences and see challenges as opportunities for growth is a vital part of resilience. When we change our perspective, we change how we experience and handle adversity. By focusing on the lessons and opportunities hidden within challenges, we can maintain a positive outlook even in tough times. This shift in perspective empowers us to stay strong and find solutions rather than getting stuck in despair. Building emotional strength. Emotions are a natural part of being human, but when we face adversity, our emotional reactions can sometimes overwhelm us. Building emotional strength is an important part of resilience. Emotional strength is the ability to feel and process emotions without being controlled by them. It's about acknowledging our feelings, whether sadness, frustration, or fear, without letting them dictate our actions. One way to build emotional strength is by practicing emotional regulation. This involves becoming aware of our emotions and learning how to respond to them in a balanced way. Techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and grounding exercises can help us stay centered during emotional turmoil. The more we practice emotional regulation, the more emotionally resilient we become. The role of support systems in building resilience. While resilience is an internal strength, it's also supported by external factors, such as relationships and community. No one can face life's challenges alone, and having a strong support system is crucial to building resilience. Friends, family, mentors, or support groups provide emotional encouragement, guidance, and practical assistance when we need it most. A healthy support system reminds us that we're not alone in our struggles. It gives us the strength to keep moving forward and provides a safe space to process our emotions. Sometimes, simply knowing that someone is there for us can make all the difference in our ability to bounce back from a setback. Developing coping strategies. Resilient individuals are not those who avoid stress or hardship, they are those who have developed effective coping strategies to manage life's challenges. Coping strategies help us navigate difficult situations and maintain our well-being in the face of adversity. There are many different coping strategies, and it's important to find the ones that work best for you. Some common coping strategies include practicing mindfulness, journaling, engaging in physical activity, or talking to a trusted friend. Finding healthy ways to cope with stress allows us to remain grounded and prevent negative emotions from overwhelming us. Coping strategies provide a toolkit that we can use whenever we face difficult moments, helping us to navigate life's challenges with resilience. The importance of self-care in resilience. Self-care is essential for building resilience. It involves taking proactive steps to nurture our physical, emotional, and mental well-being, especially during times of stress. When we neglect self-care, our resilience is weakened, and we become more vulnerable to burnout and emotional exhaustion. Self-care can take many forms, anything from getting enough rest, eating nourishing foods, exercising regularly, to engaging in activities that bring us joy. It's about finding balance and taking time to replenish our energy. By prioritizing self-care, we build our resilience reserves, so we have the strength to face challenges when they arise. Learning from failure. Failure is an inevitable part of life, and it can be one of the most powerful teachers we have. Resilient individuals understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth or abilities, but rather an opportunity for growth. When we fail, we can choose to either be discouraged by it or to learn from it. Viewing failure as a lesson rather than a setback helps us develop resilience. Every failure teaches us something valuable, whether it's a new skill, a better approach, or a deeper understanding of ourselves. By embracing failure as part of the process, we build the resilience needed to try again and succeed in the future. Finding purpose and meaning. One of the most powerful ways to build resilience is by finding purpose and meaning in our struggles. When we believe that our challenges have a purpose or that we are learning valuable lessons from them, we are more likely to bounce back stronger. Purpose gives us the strength to keep going when things get tough, as it connects us to something greater than ourselves. This sense of purpose can come from various sources: our family, our career, our personal growth, or our desire to help others. Whatever the source, having a clear sense of purpose anchors us during difficult times and gives us the motivation to persevere. The importance of patience and persistence. Resilience requires both patience and persistence. It's about continuing to move forward even when progress seems slow or when setbacks occur. Patience allows us to trust the process, while persistence helps us keep going even when the journey is difficult. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulties, it's about how we respond to them. By practicing patience and persistence, we build the inner strength needed to overcome any obstacles that come our way. Conclusion: building resilience is a lifelong journey. It involves developing a growth mindset, emotional strength, effective coping strategies, and a strong support system. It requires embracing failure, learning from challenges, and finding meaning in adversity. Most importantly, building resilience means cultivating a mindset of perseverance and hope, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to bounce back and thrive. Through resilience, you can face life's challenges with courage and grace, knowing that each setback is simply an opportunity to grow and become stronger. Chapter 11: The Role of Social Media: Help or Harm? In today's digital age, social media is a constant presence in many people's lives, especially among young people. It can be a tool for connection, entertainment, and even support, but it can also bring challenges. For someone struggling with suicidal thoughts or emotional distress, social media can have a profound impact, both positive and negative. In this chapter, we will explore how social media affects mental health and how you can navigate it in a way that supports your well-being. How social media affects mental health: social media can be a double-edged sword when it comes to mental health. On the one hand, it can provide a sense of belonging and community. Online groups and communities can offer support, encouragement, and understanding for people who feel isolated or alone. For those struggling with mental health issues, finding a safe, supportive space on social media can be life-changing. However, social media can also exacerbate feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety. One of the biggest risks of social media is its tendency to create unrealistic comparisons. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok often showcase the highlights of people's lives, their achievements, their perfect moments, their beautiful photos, leading many users to feel like they don't measure up. This can fuel feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem, especially for young people who are still developing their sense of identity and self-worth. Moreover, the constant exposure to curated images of perfection can distort reality. When we see influencers, celebrities, or even friends who appear to have it all together, it's easy to feel like we are the only ones struggling. This feeling of being left behind can contribute to feelings of hopelessness and alienation, especially if you are already dealing with mental health challenges. The danger of toxic spaces: while social media has the potential to bring people together, it can also become a breeding ground for negativity and toxicity. Toxic online spaces can contribute to bullying, shaming, and unrealistic standards that only make things worse for those already struggling with their mental health. Social media platforms can be rife with harmful behaviors, such as cyberbullying, trolling, and negative comments. Constant exposure to negative content, hateful messages, and criticism can take a toll on mental health. In extreme cases, these behaviors can escalate, leading to more severe emotional distress and even suicidal thoughts. In addition, social media algorithms often push content that is designed to get reactions, content that may be sensational, divisive, or triggering. This can amplify negative emotions, leading to an unhealthy consumption of distressing or harmful material. For individuals struggling with their mental health, this can make the situation worse. Identifying toxic content and protecting your well-being. It's important to become aware of the types of content you are consuming on social media. Ask yourself, does this content make me feel worse about myself? Does it leave me feeling anxious, sad, or angry? If so, it's time to reassess what you're allowing into your mind. To protect your mental health, it's crucial to set boundaries around your social media use. This might mean unfollowing accounts that make you feel bad about yourself, muting or blocking people who engage in negative behavior, or even taking breaks from social media entirely. You have the power to curate your digital space and make it a safe, positive environment. Consider following accounts that promote self-love, body positivity, mental health awareness, and personal growth. Surround yourself with content that uplifts, inspires, and encourages. Look for communities that support people facing similar struggles. These spaces can provide you with the validation and understanding you need, and they can help you feel less isolated in your experience. The power of positive online communities. On the flip side, social media can also be a lifeline. Many people struggling with mental health find comfort and support through online communities dedicated to mental health awareness, recovery, or specific struggles like anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts. These groups can offer a sense of belonging and understanding, especially when it feels like no one in your immediate life can relate to your experiences. In these communities, members share their stories, offer advice, and provide emotional support. Many of these spaces emphasize empathy, compassion, and understanding, qualities that are often lacking in the outside world. By participating in these online spaces, you may find a network of people who truly understand what you're going through. However, it's essential to choose these communities carefully. Just as there are toxic spaces, there are also harmful support groups that may not be conducive to healing. Some groups might reinforce negative behaviors or attitudes, rather than encouraging positive change. Do your research before engaging, and remember that not all spaces are safe. Using social media to find help and resources. Social media can also serve as an excellent tool for finding professional help and resources. Many therapists, counselors, and mental health organizations have social media accounts where they share helpful content, tips for coping with mental health struggles, and information about available resources. In addition, many helplines, support groups, and online therapy platforms can be found through social media. If you feel like you need support but don't know where to start, searching for mental health resources online is a great first step. Many organizations also offer confidential chat services or crisis text lines, which can be incredibly helpful if you feel overwhelmed or don't know how to reach out. The impact of social media on self-worth. It's important to understand how social media can influence your sense of self-worth. The constant barrage of curated images, perfect lifestyles, and highlight reels can lead to unhealthy comparisons. If we're constantly measuring ourselves against others, it's easy to feel like we fall short. Remember that social media is often not an accurate reflection of real life. It's easy to forget that behind every photo or post, there are struggles, imperfections, and challenges. No one's life is perfect, no matter how it may appear online. It's crucial to remind yourself of this when you start to feel down after scrolling through your feed. Instead of comparing yourself to others, try focusing on your own journey and growth. Celebrate your own achievements, no matter how small, and recognize your worth independent of what others are doing or showcasing on social media. Conclusion: social media can be a powerful tool, but it's essential to use it in a way that nurtures your mental health rather than harms it. By being mindful of the content you consume, curating a positive space for yourself, and seeking out supportive communities, you can make social media a force for good in your life. At the same time, it's important to recognize when social media is negatively affecting your mental health. If it becomes overwhelming or toxic, don't hesitate to take a step back and focus on other sources of support. Social media is just one aspect of life. It does not define your worth or your ability to overcome challenges. Ultimately, you have control over how you engage with social media. Choose to surround yourself with positivity, connection, and support. In doing so, you can use social media as a tool for healing, growth, and finding hope. Chapter 12: Seeking Professional Help. Therapy and counseling. When it comes to managing emotional pain, mental health struggles, or suicidal thoughts, professional help can be a vital component of healing. While many people try to cope on their own, there comes a point when the support and guidance of a trained professional can make a significant difference. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of seeking professional help, the types of therapy available, and how to find the right therapist for your needs. Why seek professional help? Mental health challenges are often complex and multifaceted, making them difficult to navigate without proper support. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, depression, trauma, or suicidal thoughts, the weight of these struggles can be overwhelming, especially when faced alone. That's where professional help comes in. Therapists and counselors are trained to help individuals understand and process their emotions, identify unhealthy thought patterns, and develop coping strategies. They offer a safe, non-judgmental space for individuals to express themselves openly and work through their challenges. For many people, therapy provides clarity and relief that is difficult to achieve on their own. Moreover, seeking therapy doesn't mean you're weak or unable to handle things. In fact, it takes a great deal of strength to acknowledge that you need help and take action toward bettering your mental health. Just as you would see a doctor for physical ailments, therapy serves as a form of mental health maintenance and healing. Types of therapy. There are many different types of therapy, and each has its own approach to helping individuals work through their struggles. Here are some of the most common forms of therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT is a structured, goal-oriented therapy that focuses on changing negative thought patterns and behaviors. It is especially effective for treating anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions. Through CBT, individuals learn to identify harmful thoughts and replace them with healthier, more balanced perspectives. Dialectical behavior therapy, DBT. DBT is a type of therapy that focuses on mindfulness and emotional regulation. It is often used to treat individuals with borderline personality disorder, but it can also be helpful for those struggling with emotional dysregulation, self-destructive behaviors, or suicidal thoughts. DBT emphasizes acceptance of one's emotions while also teaching skills to cope with them in healthy ways. Psychodynamic therapy, Psychodynamic therapy focuses on exploring the unconscious mind and past experiences to understand how they influence present behavior and emotions. It is often used to help individuals identify unresolved conflicts or trauma that may be affecting their mental health. Person-centered therapy. In person-centered therapy, the therapist creates a compassionate and empathetic environment where individuals can explore their feelings without fear of judgment. This type of therapy is rooted in the belief that individuals have the ability to self-heal when given the proper support. Family therapy. Family therapy involves working with families to address issues that are affecting the dynamics of the household. It can be particularly helpful for individuals who are struggling with issues that involve their family members, such as conflict, addiction, or trauma. Group therapy. Group therapy involves a therapist leading a group of individuals who are dealing with similar issues. It provides a sense of community and shared experience, and it can be especially valuable for individuals who feel isolated or alone in their struggles. Each type of therapy has its benefits, and the choice of therapy depends on the individual's specific needs, preferences, and goals. In many cases, a therapist may combine different therapeutic techniques to tailor treatment to the person's unique circumstances. How to find the right therapist. Finding the right therapist can be a daunting task, but it's essential for the healing process. The relationship between you and your therapist is a key factor in the success of your treatment, so it's important to take your time to find someone who feels like the right fit. Here are some tips to help you find the right therapist for you. Determine what you're looking for. Before beginning your search, take a moment to reflect on your needs. What are you hoping to achieve in therapy? Do you prefer a particular therapeutic approach? Are you looking for a therapist with specific expertise, such as trauma or addiction? Understanding your needs will help you narrow down your options. Ask for recommendations. If you're unsure where to start, ask trusted friends, family members, or healthcare providers for recommendations. They may be able to connect you with a therapist who they trust or who has experience with your particular concerns. Research therapists in your area. Many therapists have websites or online profiles that outline their areas of expertise, approach to therapy, and the types of clients they work with. Take the time to read through these profiles to get a sense of whether a therapist might be a good fit for you. Consider practicalities. Think about practical considerations, such as the therapist's location, fees, and availability. It's essential to find someone who is accessible and who can accommodate your schedule. Trust your gut. After you've narrowed down your options, schedule an initial consultation with a therapist. This meeting is an opportunity to ask questions, discuss your goals, and get a feel for the therapist's style. Pay attention to how comfortable you feel during this conversation. If you feel at ease and heard, that's a good sign that this therapist may be a good match for you. Don't be afraid to shop around. It's okay if you don't feel an immediate connection with a therapist. Building trust takes time, and sometimes it takes a few sessions to know if the relationship will work. If, after a few sessions, you feel like the therapist isn't a good fit, it's okay to try someone else. Therapy for suicidal thoughts. If you are struggling with suicidal thoughts, therapy is an essential part of the recovery process. A therapist who specializes in crisis intervention or who has experience with individuals dealing with suicidal ideation can help you explore the underlying causes of these thoughts and work with you on creating safety plans and coping strategies. A key part of therapy for suicidal thoughts is learning how to recognize warning signs and triggers. Your therapist will work with you to identify these patterns and teach you how to manage intense emotions in healthy ways. They will also help you build a support network and connect you with resources to ensure you are never alone in your struggle. In addition to individual therapy, some people find that group therapy or family therapy can provide additional support during a time of crisis. These therapies can offer a sense of community and remind you that you are not alone in your experiences. The importance of follow-up care therapy doesn't have to end after a few sessions. Follow-up care is essential for maintaining progress and ensuring long-term mental health. For individuals who are struggling with suicidal thoughts or emotional pain, ongoing therapy provides a continued source of support and guidance. Your therapist will work with you to create a treatment plan that includes both short-term and long-term goals. They will help you track your progress and adjust your plan as needed. Whether you're continuing therapy weekly, bi-weekly, or on a monthly basis, the relationship with your therapist will help you stay grounded and supported as you work toward healing. Conclusion: seeking professional help is one of the most powerful and life-saving steps you can take when dealing with emotional pain, mental health struggles, or suicidal thoughts. Therapy offers a safe, structured space for healing, self-exploration, and growth. It can provide the tools and strategies necessary to overcome challenges and build a more positive, fulfilling life. Remember that it's okay to ask for help. Therapy isn't a sign of weakness, it's a courageous and proactive way to take care of your mental health. With the right support, you can work through your struggles and find a path to a brighter, healthier future. Chapter 13: The Future is Unwritten. Creating your own story. Life's unpredictable journey. If you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, it may feel as though your story has reached a tragic and irreversible point. But the truth is, your future is still unwritten, and there is so much ahead of you that you can't yet see. You are not defined by the pain you're experiencing right now. Every day is a new opportunity, and your journey is far from over. It's hard to see beyond the darkness when you're in the midst of it, but the story of your life can still unfold in beautiful, unexpected ways. The power of change. Life is full of twists and turns, and though it may feel like things will never get better, change is always possible. Even in your darkest moments, there's room for transformation. People who have once felt hopeless, like you might feel now, have made it through to the other side of their pain. And so can you. The future is not determined by the struggles you're going through today. There are countless possibilities waiting for you, whether that's finding love, rediscovering joy, pursuing a passion, or helping others who are going through what you're experiencing right now. Change begins when you take small steps forward, even if those steps are hard or seem insignificant. The future is shaped by your choices, and today's choices can create a brighter tomorrow. How to begin creating your future? It may seem impossible to think about the future when you're overwhelmed by despair, but your future is still something you can influence, no matter where you are right now. In order to create a better future, you must first acknowledge that change is possible, even if it feels distant. Take a moment to envision what you would want your life to look like. This might not be a perfect picture, but it could be a future where the pain isn't as constant, where hope exists, and where happiness is not out of reach. This vision doesn't have to be something huge. It could be as simple as imagining a day where you feel calm or able to smile again. It could be a dream of reconnecting with loved ones or pursuing something you've always wanted to do. Remember, the future doesn't have to be fully mapped out. It's about taking small, manageable steps toward healing. Whether it's going for a walk, reaching out to a friend, or seeking help from a professional, these small actions are part of creating a better tomorrow. The importance of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties and challenges. This doesn't mean that you won't face pain again, but it means that you have the inner strength to keep going, even in the face of adversity. Life can be incredibly hard, and there are times when you may feel as if you've been pushed to your limits. But remember, resilience is built in the small, quiet moments when you choose to keep moving forward. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain. It means that you have the capacity to rise above it, even if it feels impossible at times. By reaching out for help, practicing self-care, and challenging negative thoughts, you are gradually building the resilience that will carry you through the hardest moments. Taking small steps toward your future. When you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, the future can seem too overwhelming to imagine. That's why it's important to focus on today, or even just the next hour. Healing doesn't happen all at once, it happens in small, manageable steps. Start with the basics. These might be simple actions, but they're powerful. Set a small goal for yourself. This could be as simple as getting out of bed, having a glass of water, or taking a shower. These small acts can help you feel like you're moving forward. Reach out to someone you trust. Telling someone about your struggles is a step toward healing. You don't have to do this alone. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a counselor, sharing what you're going through can help lift the weight off your shoulders. Practice self-compassion. It's easy to be harsh on yourself when you're struggling, but practicing self-compassion can help shift your mindset. Be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to take things one day at a time. Focus on one moment at a time. If thinking about the future feels too much, simply focus on what you need right now. What will help you get through this moment? Sometimes, just surviving the moment is a victory. Resilience and perseverance. The strength within you. Resilience doesn't mean ignoring your pain, it means acknowledging it and choosing to move through it. Perseverance is the act of continuing despite the difficulty. The journey may be slow, but every effort you make adds up, even when you feel like nothing is changing. You have the strength to keep going, even on days when the darkness seems overwhelming. Your story is not over. Even if today is difficult, it does not define your entire life. Your ability to persist, to keep reaching out for help, and to make small changes will carry you through. Each time you fight back against the suicidal thoughts and choose to live another day, you're building the strength and resilience you need to create a new chapter. The story you're writing. You are the author of your life, and the story you're writing is not finished. No matter how much pain you feel right now, there are still countless chapters ahead of you. And those chapters don't have to be filled with suffering. With support, healing, and time, you can change the direction of your story. Take this moment to reflect on the strength you've already shown. The fact that you're still here, still reading, still holding on, these are victories. And these victories can be the foundation for a brighter future. A message of hope. Remember, the future is full of possibilities. Even when it feels impossible, even when you're at your lowest, change is possible. You have the power to rewrite your story, and while the road may not always be easy, each step you take toward healing is a step closer to the person you are meant to be. You are not defined by the darkness you feel now. You are defined by your strength, your resilience, and your ability to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. The future is unwritten, and you still have the power to create a life filled with meaning, purpose, and hope. Your story is far from over. Chapter 14. Finding hope in the smallest moments. Embracing life's little joys. When you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, it can be difficult to see the light at the end of the tunnel. The world can feel dark and overwhelming, and the idea of ever finding joy again might seem impossible. However, one of the most powerful tools in healing is learning to recognize and appreciate the small moments of joy that life offers. In this chapter, we will explore how focusing on the smallest things can bring hope and healing. It's easy to get caught up in the big picture, to think that happiness must come in grand gestures or life-changing moments. But often, it's the tiny, seemingly insignificant experiences that can spark joy and provide a sense of meaning when everything else feels heavy. Learning to appreciate small joys. The first step toward finding hope in your life is learning to notice the little things that bring you comfort or happiness. These may seem insignificant on their own, but when you start to pay attention, you may begin to realize that life is filled with these moments. Here are some examples of small joys to look for in your daily life: a warm cup of tea or coffee. The simple act of sipping something warm can bring a sense of calm and comfort, offering a brief respite from the chaos in your mind. The feel of sunlight on your skin, the warmth of the sun or the cool breeze on your face can remind you of the beauty and peace that nature offers, even in the darkest times. The sound of rain or birds chirping, nature's sounds can have a soothing effect on your mind, reminding you that there's a world beyond your pain. A good book or favorite song, reconnecting with something that has always brought you comfort. A song, a movie, a book can remind you that there is still beauty in the world. A kind word from someone you care about, even the simplest compliment or a kind message from a friend can make a difference in how you feel. It may feel difficult to find joy when you're in pain, but by focusing on the small things, you can begin to shift your mindset. Even if you can only manage to notice one small thing each day, this is a victory. Over time, these little joys can build up and become more meaningful. Shifting your perspective with gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool in changing how you view the world. When you're dealing with depression or suicidal thoughts, it's easy to focus on what's wrong or what you don't have. But practicing gratitude, focusing on what is good, even in the midst of hardship, can help shift your perspective and open you up to new possibilities. Start by keeping a gratitude journal, writing down 3 things each day that you are grateful for. These can be big or small, anything from a good conversation to a moment of peace or even a warm meal. Over time, you'll start to notice a shift in how you view the world. Gratitude doesn't eliminate the pain, but it can help balance out the heaviness with light. You don't have to be perfect at it. On days when you feel overwhelmed, it may feel hard to find anything to be grateful for. But even on those days, try to write down something simple. A warm bed, a roof over your head, or a safe space can be reasons to be thankful. Each small expression of gratitude helps build your mental and emotional resilience. Finding meaning in the smallest acts. Even in your darkest moments, you have the ability to make a difference both in your life and in the lives of others. The small acts of kindness, the moments where you give to yourself or someone else, can create ripples of positive change. Think about the smallest acts you can do to improve your mood or someone else's day. This could be sending a text to a friend, let them know you're thinking of them, or simply ask how they are. Helping someone with a small task, sometimes, helping others can bring a sense of fulfillment and remind you that you're valuable. Taking care of yourself, whether it's eating something nourishing or getting a little extra rest, taking care of your body and mind is an act of kindness toward yourself. Smiling at someone or making eye contact, even a small gesture can make a difference, both for you and the person on the receiving end. In these small actions, you can find meaning. They may not solve all your problems, but they create moments where you feel like you're in control, moments where you matter, and moments where you make a difference in the world around you. Even the smallest acts are part of the bigger picture of healing. Real stories of people who overcame suicidal thoughts. You are not alone in what you're feeling. Many people who have been where you are now have found their way through the darkness, and their stories can offer hope. Consider the story of Sarah, a young woman who struggled with depression and suicidal thoughts for years. She felt like she would never escape the suffocating weight of her sadness. But over time, Sarah learned to focus on the small joys in her life: morning walks with her dog, time spent with friends, and the soothing comfort of a warm bath. She started a gratitude journal, writing down the small blessings she found every day. It wasn't an immediate fix, but as she practiced gratitude, she began to see the world in a new light. Today, Sarah is a mental health advocate who helps others who are struggling, sharing her story of healing. Or take Mike, who spent years battling addiction and depression. He couldn't see a way out, but he found solace in a few moments of peace listening to his favorite music, cooking meals for his family, and sitting outside on the porch at sunset. Slowly, he built a life around these small joys. Eventually, he found the courage to seek professional help, and today he's living a fulfilling life, free from addiction. These stories show that even when life feels like it's falling apart, it is possible to rebuild it, piece by piece. By finding hope in the smallest moments and embracing small steps toward healing, you can begin to change your own story too. Conclusion: small moments, big change. Finding hope in the smallest moments isn't about ignoring your pain or pretending everything is okay. It's about recognizing that even in your suffering, there are moments of light. These moments matter. They add up, and they can help shift your focus away from despair toward healing. You are capable of finding joy, even in the smallest acts. And those moments of joy can create the foundation for the hope and healing that you need to move forward. You are not alone. There is hope, even in the darkest moments. By learning to appreciate the small things, practicing gratitude, and taking small steps toward healing, you can begin to change the direction of your life. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Just take things one small moment at a time. Chapter 15: Your Life Matters. A final message of encouragement. You are enough. As you reach the final chapter of this journey, I want you to pause and truly take in what you've learned and felt. This isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you have the strength, resilience, and ability to continue living and growing. Your life, no matter how overwhelming or painful it feels right now, is meaningful. You matter. Your experiences, your thoughts, your dreams, your very presence in this world is worth celebrating. You've made it this far. And for that, you deserve recognition. Every small step, every decision to reach out, every moment of self-care, every time you chose to keep going, those are all victories. Even when you felt like giving up, you pushed forward. And that strength is a testament to who you are. Why you should stay. I know that at times, the darkness feels inescapable. There are moments when the weight of the world on your shoulders feels too heavy to bear. But I want you to understand that these feelings don't define who you are or your future. The pain you are experiencing right now is temporary. It may not feel like it, but every storm eventually clears. You are not stuck in this place forever. There is a way out. There is healing, and there is hope. When you choose to stay, you're choosing to fight for your future. You're choosing to hold on, even when it feels impossible. And while I know that it's hard, I also know that you are capable of moving forward. You are strong enough to face your pain, and you are deserving of the joy and peace that lies ahead. Reaffirming your worth. You are loved. You are needed. You are not a burden or a mistake. The world is a better place with you in it. Your life has purpose, even if that purpose is not clear right now. The connections you make, the kindness you offer, the way you touch others even in the smallest of ways matter more than you know. You might not always see the impact you have, but you leave an impression on everyone you meet, simply by being you. Please, remember that your worth is not defined by the struggles you face or the difficult emotions that sometimes overwhelm you. It is not defined by your mistakes or the parts of yourself you feel insecure about. Your worth is inherent in who you are, as a person. It is not something you have to earn. It's not something that can be taken away. It is yours always, and forever. You are not alone even in your darkest moments. I want you to remember that you are not alone. There is a vast community of people who care about you, even if it doesn't always feel that way. Reaching out to others can be difficult, especially when it feels like no one truly understands. But I promise you, there are people out there who want to listen, who want to help, and who want to see you succeed. Sometimes, it just takes a little courage to take that first step. And if you can't find someone close to you right now, there are countless support groups, online communities, and professionals who are ready to help. There is always someone who will listen, who will believe in you, and who will walk beside you on this journey. Taking the next steps toward healing. Remember, healing is not linear. Some days will be harder than others, and that's okay. The important thing is that you continue to take steps toward healing, no matter how small they are. You don't have to have everything figured out. Take it one day at a time, one moment at a time. There will be setbacks. There may be days when you feel like you're back where you started. But that doesn't mean you've failed. It simply means that you're human. Healing takes time, and it requires patience. The fact that you've made it this far is a sign of your strength. The fact that you've held on this long proves that you have a reservoir of resilience inside you. Resources and next steps for continued healing. As you continue your journey, remember that there is no shame in seeking help. Therapy, support groups, and even speaking to trusted family or friends can provide the guidance and encouragement you need to heal. It's not a sign of weakness to ask for help, it's a sign of strength. Reaching out is one of the bravest things you can do. If you haven't already, consider exploring some of the resources mentioned in this book. Crisis hotlines, online support groups, and therapy can be invaluable in moments of need. There is no shame in using these resources. They exist because people care, and because there is help for you when you need it. You can also continue to build your own toolkit for healing. Practicing gratitude, engaging in self-care, exploring mindfulness, and finding ways to cope with stress are powerful strategies for supporting your mental health. You don't have to rely solely on others to take care of you. By learning these techniques and integrating them into your life, you can become more self-sufficient and empowered. Conclusion: this is not the end of your story. I want to leave you with one final thought: your story is far from over. While this chapter may feel like the darkest, there are brighter chapters ahead. You will find joy again. You will experience love, connection, and meaning. You will discover what you are truly capable of. And you will heal. Right now, it may be hard to believe that. It might seem impossible to imagine life without the pain you're feeling. But trust me, there is a future for you. There is a version of you, down the road, who has found peace, who has found purpose, and who is thriving. You are not defined by the darkness you're experiencing today. You are defined by your ability to rise from it. Your life matters. You matter. Keep going, one step at a time, and know that your future is waiting for you. You are loved. You are needed. You are enough. Take care of yourself, and know that your story isn't over yet. There is always hope, and you are worth every effort it takes to find it. Keep going, you are stronger than you think. Conclusion: you are not alone. There is hope. As you come to the end of this book, I want you to know that this is not the end of your journey, it's just the beginning of a new chapter. The feelings of despair, hopelessness, and isolation that you may have experienced are temporary. They do not define who you are or your future. You are stronger than you realize, and your life holds immense value, even when it feels like you can't see it. It's normal to feel lost at times, but remember that healing is a process. It takes time, effort, and sometimes, even help from others. Reaching out for support, whether through trusted friends, family, or professional resources, is a courageous step. You don't have to face this alone. There are people who care, and there are resources designed to help you navigate these difficult moments. Your life matters, and there is so much more ahead of you. You may not be able to see it now, but there are brighter days on the horizon. Every small step you take toward healing is a victory. Every moment you choose to continue fighting is a sign of your strength and resilience. Know that you are loved, you are worthy, and you are needed. Even in your darkest moments, you have something unique to offer the world. Don't give up on yourself. Your story is still being written, and the chapters to come hold endless possibilities. Please remember, if you ever feel overwhelmed, there are always people to turn to, whether it's a therapist, a support group, or a loved one. You don't have to go through this alone. Take one step at a time. You have the strength to overcome this, and you deserve the peace and happiness that awaits you. The future is still yours to create, and there is always hope, even in the darkest moments. Thank you for taking the time to read this book. I believe in you. Keep going. You are not alone. Where to get free help if you are struggling with suicidal thoughts or mental health challenges? Please know that help is available to you, and it's okay to ask for support. There are many free resources, helplines, and services dedicated to providing immediate assistance, long-term care, and everything in between. Here are some trusted resources you can turn to for help. Crisis helplines. These helplines are available 24/7, and they are staffed by trained professionals who can listen, provide support, and guide you through tough moments. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, U.S. phone, 988 text hello to 741,741. The 988 lifeline connects you to trained counselors who are ready to listen and provide assistance. If you're experiencing a crisis, please don't hesitate to reach out. Crisis Text Line, Global Text hello to 741,741, U.S., or visit their site for international texting options. This service connects you with a trained volunteer via text, offering support and guidance when you need it most. Samaritans, UK and Ireland phone, 116 123. The Samaritans offer free, 24-hour support to anyone in distress or facing suicidal thoughts. You can talk to someone anytime. Lifeline, Australia phone, 13 11 14. Lifeline is available 24/7 to provide confidential crisis support. If you're in need of immediate help, reach out for free and confidential assistance. National Suicide Prevention Helpline, Canada phone, 1-833-456-4566. Text start to 741,741. This helpline offers free, confidential support for anyone dealing with suicidal thoughts. Online resources and support, 7 Cups. This online platform offers free, anonymous, and confidential support through trained listeners, therapists, and online community forums. You can access support via their website or app website, www.7cups.com. Mental Health America, MHA provides resources, self-help tools, and support options. They also offer information about local mental health services. Website, www.mhnational.org. Psychology Today. Use this platform to find therapists, support groups, and resources in your area. They also offer online therapy options and free mental health advice. Website, www.psychologytoday.com. The Trevor Project. For LGBTQ and youth, the Trevor Project provides a 24/7 helpline, chat, and text services specifically for LGBTQ and youth who are struggling with suicidal thoughts or emotional distress. Phone, 1-866-488-7386. Text start to 678 to 678. Website, www.thetrevorproject.org. Talkspace. Talkspace is an online therapy service that connects you with licensed therapists via messaging, video, or audio calls. While it does offer paid services, they often have free resources available or sliding scale options. Website, www.talkspace.com. Support groups and communities. NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI provides free peer-led support groups for individuals facing mental health challenges and their families. They also offer mental health education, advocacy, and resources for coping. Website, www.nami.org. Suicide Prevention Resource Center, SPRC. The SPRC provides an extensive list of resources for both individuals at risk and for family and friends offering support. It includes educational materials, guides, and toolkits to assist with understanding and preventing suicide. Website, www.sbrc.org. Therapy and Professional Help, Open Path Collective, OpenPath offers affordable therapy services for those with limited financial resources. You can find licensed therapists at a sliding scale rate. Website: www.openpathcollective.org. Free counseling services. Many non-profit organizations and community centers offer free or low-cost therapy and counseling. Reach out to your local community health center or religious organizations to find out about any free services they may offer. Other resources for emotional support: BetterHelp. While BetterHelp is typically a paid service, they occasionally offer free trial sessions or scholarships for people who need counseling but cannot afford it. You can check with them to see if they have any offers available. Website: www.betterhelp.com. In-person support groups. Many hospitals, clinics, and community centers offer free support groups. These provide a chance to connect with others who are going through similar struggles and can help reduce feelings of isolation. Check with local mental health organizations, or visit websites like Meetup to find local mental health and support groups in your area. What to expect from therapy? When you choose to seek professional therapy or counseling, be prepared for an open, honest, and confidential environment where your therapist will listen and help guide you through your feelings and challenges. Therapy is a space where you can talk freely about your thoughts, without fear of judgment. You may work on understanding the root causes of your struggles, developing healthier coping mechanisms, and identifying new ways of thinking and behaving. Remember, it's a process, and progress may take time, but every step forward is an achievement. Self-help and coping tools, mindfulness and meditation apps. Free options: apps like Insight Timer, Calm, and Headspace offer free guided meditations that can help reduce stress, improve emotional regulation, and provide a sense of calm during difficult times. Journaling, writing down your thoughts and emotions, can be a powerful tool for understanding and processing your feelings. It can help you express your emotions, reflect on your day, and gain clarity. Try to write for just a few minutes each day. No matter where you are in your journey, know that you don't have to walk this path alone. There is always someone ready to listen, support, and help you through your darkest moments. You matter, and your life is worth fighting for. Reach out today. You deserve the help and support you need to heal.